before I was sharing with someone, I said there are 9 wheels of life. We have the family, we have faith, we have finance. And these 9 wheels, it takes an average 2 to 3 people, it takes an average of 5 to 10 years to win in 2 of these wheels of life. However, the people that have won in these 9 wheels of life, that have won an average of 7 out of the 9, they always have a coach. And why do they have a coach? Because a coach, a mentor, will walk you through the path. So for me, I tell people that in as much that I want to succeed in my marriage, I need to be listening to someone who will help me succeed in my marriage. In as much that I want to succeed in my business, I have to have someone who will coach me and mentor me to succeed in my business. The same way in ministry. Tonight, I'm bringing on the decks to reveal to you what you can do to be financially free. We're going to be talking about money. And money is really, really, really critical if you want to have and enjoy marriage. So tonight, I'm going to be sharing with us what we need to do in our marriage to be able to have money, make money, manage money, and multiply money. Now, money is very, very important in life, like very, very key. Like if you don't have money, you are missing out. Like there are so many things you will not be able to achieve no matter who you are if you don't have money. So money is important in our assignment. Money is important in our marriage. Money is important in anything that we want to achieve in life. So let's get busy with what I have for us today. So the first thing I'm going to be introducing to us is, why is money critical in this dispensation in marriage? What will it do? What is the foundation of money? How can I make more money? How can we make more money as a couple? Now, and where can we invest our money in as to be able to give us what we call financial freedom? Good. So the first thing is to understand money. So Mr. Mayowa, what is money? Money is a medium of exchange. Money is a medium of exchange. So what that does for us is that whenever you think of money, whenever you think of any amount of money, you must understand that it is just a value away. Value away. So let me go deeper with this. You want to have ₦1 million. You want to have $1,000. You need this immediately. You must ask yourself, what do I have that I can use to exchange for this? So I've always seen people talk about money as if it's something mysterious. I've always seen people talk about money as if it's something that is not, that is mystical. But I've come to understand that it is just because we talk about money, but we don't understand the word money itself. So the question now is, what value do I have? So as a couple, what value do we have? Some of us we are into career. Some of us, we are entrepreneurs. But the question is, how much do we even need every month? How much do we need to invest to be able to get to where we are going? So when we talk about this how much, we must talk about the value that we are bringing on the table. So don't ever think of money and you think that it is difficult to have it. So as you're listening to me right now, can you type in how much you need in your family right now? Everybody listening to me, type that in. I want to see that in our comment for a lot of us that we're on YouTube. How much do you think that if you have it now, you are fine? Type in that how much. Like, let's go, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How much? Now, don't type in some numbers that would be like, geez, aha. Let's start with the how much. Thank you so much. Let's type in the number right now. Thank you so much. Chinyere says 100 billion. Adefola says 100 million. Good. I like that. I like that. Thank you for being real. At least 50 million. Nike says 20 million. Let the numbers keeps coming. 100,000 naira. Thank you so much. Another person says 5 million naira. Another person says, okay, money is an exchange of medium of exchange, an exchange of value, $1 billion. Now, I don't know why Mr. Pastor Olufemi will say it's $1 billion. Good. Now, everything you type in here is just numbers. Everything you type in here is just numbers. And I have seen this work in my family for a long time, and it's still going to work. It's going to keep working. So I don't see money as headache. I just see money as numbers. Now, if all you want to make is $1 million, the question now is, what value do you have to exchange for that money? What value do I have? What experience do I have to be able to convert it to money? So let's go a bit deeper. What are values? I'm going to give you 5 values that you can convert to money quickly. It's not part of my slide, but I'm going to give you that quickly. Number 1, skills. You know a skill set. You are a plumber. You are an electrician. You are a digital marketer. You are a teacher. You are an educator. Skills can be converted into money. I am not talking to you about something that is, I'm going to give you some personal examples soon, but I want to first lay a fantastic foundation that we're going to be building on. So I mentioned skills. Number 2, experience. What have you invested in for the past 10 years? What have you invested in the past 20 years? It is an experience, and you can make money with it. There are some people sitting on boards today, boards of companies, just because they have experiences. So you can make a lot of money when you have experiences. Number 3, you can also make money whenever there is people. People. So there is money in people, there is value in people. Mr. Mayowa, what do you mean? So for example, a pastor who teaches is investing into people. So when you see some people say, oh, every month I send to my pastor 100,000. Every month I send to my pastor 50,000. I send to my mentor 100,000. I send to my mentor $1,000. All these things that people send to their pastors, people send to their mentor, it is because there is money in people and they are converting it into money. And that person feels that he can use it to get money. So there is money in time. Mr. Mayowa, time is money. How do I know that? Because you can work for someone and you can exchange that time for money. You can work for someone, you can render a service, and you can convert into money. Mr. Mayowa, there is also money in service. You can render a service to someone and you can make money from it. Now, here is the concept if you really want to scale up as a couple. What I recommend as a finance coach is that I love it when couples have a blend. I love it when couples have blends. So I like it when somebody is a career person and the other person is an entrepreneur. It allows them to be able to scale up. But when 2 of you are both salary earners, it is fixed. So it's going to take one of you to create something outside that framework to be able to make money that is not capped. Whenever you exchange your time for money, it is always capped. Write that down. Whenever you exchange your time for money, it is always capped. There is no way There is no way you can make so much money if all you're making is salary, because you are exchanging your time, and time itself is money. So that is a good place to start from. Now, so many things I want to share with us while I'm still focusing on couples tonight. However, we must know that if there is no money in the marriage, when there is not enough money in marriage, there will be conflicts. When there is no money in marriage, as a matter of fact, the American Psychology Association of the United States, that there will always be stress. So if you want stress-free marriage, you want to make sure that you are making enough money. As a matter of fact, God, in God's word, he says that whatsoever God has joined together, let no man put asunder. But guess what? A lot of time, money put asunder. I have seen relationships go down the drain because there is no money. I've seen people lose their marriage because there is no money. So we cannot overemphasize the importance of marriage, the importance of money in marriage. So to help us make money, we are settling with what are the ways to make money, what are the things, how to manage the money, and how can I what? Multiply the money. So we're going to be focusing on our present, and we're also going to be focusing on our future. So let me see if I can just share my screen right away. Good. So I've explained what money is all about. I've explained all of that to us quickly. So the next thing I want to share with us is how can we put together enough money to be able to sort our marriage, enough. So what I discovered that a lot of couples don't do is that they do not work together. And because they don't work together, they don't plan together, they are missing out in it. When it comes to money management, you must understand that a lot of decisions has to be taken, and it has to be taken together when you are creating budget, when you are spending, and when you are saving, and when you are investing. So, Mr. Mayowa, why are there challenges in marriage around money? Number one, a lot of couples do not have what is called pre-marriage financial counseling. Pre-marriage financial counseling. So one of my protege came in with his fiancée, and I said, what do you do? He said, sir, I'm a fashion designer. The lady told me that she's into food. She makes food. And I said, okay, cool. I said, have you people ever spoken about money before? He said, I know she's doing well. I said, that would not work. I know he's doing well when it comes to premarital counseling in finance. People must know that they have different backgrounds. So I told them to talk about their past, their beginning. When did they start making money? The husband said he has been making money since he was 8 years old. He has been making money since he was 8 years old. The wife has only started making money as in after when she got into university, and she started doing buying and selling of product. So it's not the same. The guy has been saving money. As a matter of fact, the wife is always afraid of money. Whenever money comes to her hand, she feels that the money should not go. The money the money should not finish. But the truth of the matter is that there are principles to follow so that money will not finish. But it should not be fair. It should not be a challenge to now make you to be afraid of taking the rightful decision. So, Mr. Mayowa, we are now married. Now that we are married, we cannot talk about premarital again. Do you understand that a lot of time we spend too much money in wedding? We have a lot of unexpected major expenses. These are things that causes issues in a marriage. major impulse buyers. I noticed that. I don't know why that happens. I see that when the wife buys impulsively, the husband will be more conservative. When the husband buys impulsively, the other one will be more conservative. And I was in a training where Papa was sharing that one will be hot, one will be cold, that we must just have a way to blend it together. And it's obvious, but we must understand that this is the person's weakness and this other person need to help one another. A guy was sharing with me the other time that the wife bought bag to the extent that she didn't know when she bought a bag and a shoe that she already bought before, that she had not used. And I said, this is divorcer, because she will keep doing the same thing, and this will keep affecting the marriage. So financial infidelity, another challenge. Mismatched financial priorities. Not having to, children's school fees is key, rather than buying something we don't really need right now. We must prioritize. Opposing attitude towards money. And this happens a lot of time. You know, before I begin to master my wife or understood what money is in my marriage, when my wife talks about money, we guys know, men, we know what we're talking about. When the money is there, we'll give freely. But when the money is not there, we want to give a response that, can't you think? Don't you know that I'm trying? So it got to a time in my marriage, my first 3-4 years, that is always, I'm always angry when my wife is asking money and I can't give her. When she asks, I just throw up my voice. Come on, am I the only one? Can't you just, can't you? But when I begin to understand how money works and how it plays in marriage, I begin to have a stable communication with my wife. I'm going to share a lot of deep stuff with you. Lack of communication about money. These are some of the things that causes issues. So in this training, I'm going to be focusing basically on money management, making money in the marriage, and how to build financial future. That's what I'm focusing on. So I call these money capsules for couples. And basically, it's from one of my books that I've written. Money Capsule is one of the book I have or training on it. I'm going to give you access to that for you to have access to that. It's going to help you. It's going to change you forever. So the first capsule I'm going to be exposing you to today is what? Open communication. Listen to me. Don't ever assume your wife have money, and don't ever assume your wife knows that you don't have money. And don't ever assume that your husband have money. And don't ever assume that your husband knows that is meant to give you money. A lot of families have gone down the drain because they do not have a open communication. My first 4 years in marriage, I did not tell my wife how much I was making, and it costed me a lot. You see, my wife knows I'm a millionaire, but my wife does not know how much I am making as salary. So every time I'm trying to be who I am not to her. So she will tell me, oh, babe, we need to buy this. We need to get this. And I'm asking myself, I still transfer some money to you. And you should. So I went for a meeting, and in that meeting, that exposed everything to me. And when I got home, I told my wife, I said, my wife, I sincerely ask for your forgiveness. For the first time, I understand what is wrong with us. And this is why I assume that you know that this is how much I am making in my business. But because of profile, our investment, you naturally think that this is what I have every month. You don't know it. And it's making you to ask what you should not be asking because you don't know. And that relieved me. So I sat her down and I said, my wife, this is how much we make every month. And this is how much we can work with every month. And immediately that delivered us from 4 years of of future, because see, listen to me, your marriage will not have issue at once. It will start cracking bit by bit before everybody now explodes. So communicate with money. Let your wife know, let your husband know. And they were both open and they were both naked. That is what the scripture says. So let him or her know, my salary is 1 million naira. My salary is 500,000 naira. This is how much we're going to be saving. This is how much we're going to be putting in. Now that we know that our money is not enough, how can we make more money so that we can meet up with the children's school fees? We can meet up with our investment. We can meet up with our necessary bills. Once you don't allow open communication, I can tell you it is just a marriage that will hit the rocks shortly. It will hit the rock shortly. It will happen because you are both. And it will not happen straight away. Your wife will be angry. Your wife will be keeping malice. Your wife would not be, she will be so full that any day she will outburst on you. You are in soup. And this happens because I'm a man. So I'm going to give you a lot of examples as a man. And as a wife, let your husband know. I know how much my wife is making, but if she puts it on the table, why not if not? If she does not put it on the table, no problem. But I have a pledge, I have an allegiance that I will take care of my wife. So communicate with your wife. In the words of Peter Shepherd, he says communication is the solvent of all problems. And it is the foundation for personal development. So it's very key. Foster an environment where you can talk about your finance. Talk about your budget. So what do you do as this? Create a monthly plan where you will be meeting and be talking about finance. You can do it every week. You can do it every month. Talk about your money challenge. Babe, I'm expecting this money to come, but it has not come. But the last bill you brought, we cannot manage it right now. One of the things I fixed that came up during this increase on everything in Nigeria, I told my wife, I said, let's relate with the people that we buy things from, that every month they will be paid. We're not going to be buying at once. And I'm telling you direct. So she communicated with them, the people that cannot wait till the end of the month. And guess what? All of them accepted. Because we are not just buying things from them, we buy things from them every single time. And I told them, okay, let's know how much is it. We know groceries, how much. This is how much. And every month they get their pay. So sit down with your wife and plan so that you can have a good structure about your finance. Number 2, set common goals. You and your wife should have the same, target of where you are going together. Don't just sit and say she knows. No. Establish or shared goals together. Goals that has to do with your vacation, how you're going to buy the house, how you're going to plan for your retirement. A couple was in my office the other time and we got talking and I said, sir, if you stop making money today, how much is your worth, you and your wife? If you stop making money today, they were looking at themselves. I said, sir, there's a problem. Because right now, 2 of you are married for more than 18 years. So in the next few years now, you'll be expecting money from your children because you are not planning for your future. And now we now begin to have a breakdown of planning. Because every money that comes into your hand, there is a seed and there is a bread. Every money that comes into your hand, there is one that will take care of your past. There's one that will take care of your present. And there is a portion that will take care of your future. And that is how you must be thinking. And that is why you must be open to your wife. You must be open to your husband. So every single month, there is an X amount of money that must be put into investment. There's X amount of money that must be going into what we call your expenditure, your monthly expenditure. There's an amount of money that should go into your savings. So, Mr. Mayowa, what can you recommend for us? What I recommend for everyone around me is 10 10, 30, 50. Oh, come on, guys. If you are learning, type in I'm learning right now. If you are learning, type in I'm learning. If your wife is not beside you right now, you need to call your wife. If your husband is not with you right now, you need to share the link and share it to your wife. Share it to that your husband right now. Because we must get it right. We must get it right. So the formation is what? 10, 10, 30, 50. So what is your 10? Your 10 is your what? Your 10 is the first 10 is your tithe. If you don't believe in tithe, you are in soup. I'm not here to educate you on that. But it is a pattern that has worked over the years. It will keep working. So pay your tithe so that devourer will not come. Number 2, which is the second 10, is savings. Savings. The next 10% must go to savings. Unforeseen circumstances. No evil will come, but have a plan. Have a plan. Then number 3 is your 30%. Your 30% should go into your what? Into investment. Your future. Listen to me. You can build that future you want right now from where you are. Then the last one is your expenditure. Now, if you don't have this kind of plan, you will be having issues. You will be having issues because I see a lot of people, they are always spending whenever there is no plan. Whenever there is no plan, people will just keep spending and they will keep missing out. They will keep missing out. And that is why it is very, very important for a lot of us to be able to put to work what we are learning today. So your 30% goes into investment and your 50% goes into expenditure. Now, Mr. Mayowa, what if, now, that formula will work for you if you are below 35, if you are below 40. But if you are above 40 and you are just knowing, there is no time again because you need to buy time. A man was in one of my training and he said, Mr. Mayowa, sir, I'm 52 years old and I'm just getting to know what you are saying. I said, the next thing you want to do is to buy time. And I had to do a full training on how to buy time. So what's the fastest way to buy time? The fastest way to buy time is to change your investment from 30% to 50% and change your expenditure from 50% to 30%. But sir, I'm a pastor. I spend every month. Create a budget on your spending. Create a budget on your spending. Two poor people cannot save themselves. Two poor people cannot save themselves. If one is weak, if the two are weak, nobody will be able to. So don't be a giver with foolishness. You have to plan it. Scripture says, who will build a house without counting costs? That is how it is. Who will build a finance without counting costs? Count costs, guys. Sama, count costs. Set a goal, both short-term and long-term together. Set a short-term goal, set a long-term goal. Short-term goal, be deliberate. How can we multiply the money in our hands? Be deliberate. What can I do to scale up? Be deliberate. And I'm going to tell you one more capsule so that I can take questions and I'll share some other things with you. Financial education. Take your time to educate yourself. This is a personal finance session right now. Buy books. Buy trainings on finance. See, any area of your life you want to succeed in, you must dedicate time to learn in it. You must dedicate time to learn in this and learn together. Don't go to financial seminar alone and come and be training your wife when you come back. Don't go to financial seminar alone and come back and come and train your husband. No. Some of us, our financial literacy level is very high. Why? Because we are investing. But guess what? We are investing alone. We are moving on the journey alone. But because we are two, we should chase 10,000. Because we are two, we should do better. But guess what? We are just stretching. And I don't want you to stretch. Attend workshop together. Get a financial coach. Get a financial coach. Have a mentor who is helping your finance. The same way you have a marriage coach. The same way you have a medical doctor. Have a finance doctor who is analyzing your life with you, who is giving you vehicles that you can use to multiply your money. For example, one of our projects is to empower is to raise 1,000 billionaires by 2035. And early this year, we have a 24 years old who became a millionaire. 24 years old. He's still in Ife. What is he doing? He's just investing every month. And I told him before he's 30 years old, he will be a billionaire. Guaranteed, not thinking. Because there are predictable patterns to remain financially free. There are predictable patterns to remain financially free. I'm going to give you one more because of my time. Next one is create budget together. You and your wife, create budgets. Create budgets. No. And what is in budget? Budget is not hard. How much are we making? How much are we spending? How much was the breakdown of the expenditures? What's the breakdown of the expenditures? Once you get the breakdown of the expenditure, I tell you, you will do well. But if you don't, it's not going to work. So every time, every month, I work on my expenditure. I work with my wife on our expenditure. I'll first do my own. Because as I'm the one that did the transfers, I see all the reds. I'll first say, Mayowa, what have you spent wrongly? Before I go to board meeting. The board meeting is between me and her. But I must have a report to go to the board meeting with. So don't just go to the board meeting and say, how did you spend 300,000 this week? There's God, though. You are a wasteful wife, oh, you're a wasteful husband. No. Babe, I discovered that I've transferred to you ₦1 million this month. And how did we do it? She also comes with her report. We bought this, we bought this, we bought this, we bought this. Let your husband know that the prices are high. Don't come back home and say, the market has increased. Oh, take your husband to the kitchen. Babe, I just came back from the market to stock. This is what we stocked last month, and this is what we were able to spend. But guess what? This month, we have to increase it because the prices of things have been inflated. So now we need to inflate our income so that we can get the best for ourselves. Don't say that demand to know that things are expensive. Demand didn't go to market with you. Don't assume. So create the budget. Oh, my husband is 250 we spent last month. It's $500,000 we spent last month. But with what I'm seeing, we need to raise it. And my husband will say, oh, we can't raise it right now because we've not increased our income. And that takes me into income generating system. And I'm going to end on that note. Mr. Mayowa, we are currently facing a lot of inflation in our houses right now. How can we navigate this turbulence? There's what is called financial income system. Financial income system. There's what is called financial income system. What you just need to do is to generate more income. Generate more income. Generate more income. Generate more income. And I'm going to share with us 5 things to do. Number 1, identify a product in this season that you can sell. Identify a product this season that you can sell. People that are selling products will not lack money. Listen, people don't have choices when it comes to products, but they have choices when it comes to services. I can choose not to sew clothes, but I don't have option when it comes to buying groceries, when it comes to looking good. I can ignore service delivery people, but I cannot ignore things that are needed when it comes to products. Okay, so identify, and that does not mean you should change what you are into. You can stay in that same field, but check your supply chain to be able to look for something that you can put money in that your industry that can make you more money. And under that product, it's not a must you produce. You can leverage on an existing product. So don't say, it's because it will take me time. No, you can leverage on an existing product to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So please and please, it is not a must. You can leverage on an existing system that can give you what you want to achieve. So don't look at it, just make sure. And talk in numbers. If I sell 5, how much will I make? If I sell 2, how much will I make? If I sell 3, how much will I make? So your income system must be coming in daily. Okay? Another one you must do is cut expenses this time. This is the time to scale up your negotiation skill. Something you can save as much as 100,000 naira, 50,000 naira, 10,000 naira. This is the time to ask for discount. Use your negotiation skill to ask for discount. When they say it's 1 million, don't right away say, I will pay. No. Use your negotiation skill this time around to be able to save more money. And I hope I've been able to help you guys today. Number 3, invest in real estate. Invest in real estate now. Invest in stocks, cryptocurrency. This is the time to invest. Anytime there is no money, it is because you have not invested well to be able to get what you should have. Okay, so this is the time to invest the more. Don't say there is no money. Put a structure to be able to. Okay, and the last but not the least, get a mentor or a coach who can show you other ways to multiply money. Who can show you other ways to multiply money. And with that, you're good to go. Okay, I'm going to take questions, but before you take questions, a lot of you are, what are your social media? Okay, my handles. Okay, my Instagram handle is at I am Mayowa Owolabi, at I am Mayowa Owolabi, at I am Mayowa Owolabi. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Mayowa Owolabi. And if you have any question for me, send me an email at me@Mayowa Owolabi.